Hello, this is Mrs. Mack, a third grade teacher at Lafayette Upper Elementary School. Go Lions! Today we are going to be learning about the U.S. customary units of measure for length. In front of you, you have two rulers. One at the top is the U.S. customary um, ruler that you are used to seeing. The bottom one is a metric ruler. Take a minute and just look at the differences and the similarities between the two rulers. You will notice that both of them have numbers. You will notice that both of them have markings in between the numbers. You will notice on the meter ruler that there are more markings between the numbers, and the inch ruler has less markings between the ruler. We today are going to use the customary unit of measure, which is inches, and to do that, we're going to use an inch ruler. Okay, the first thing I need to do is I need to line up the blue bar with the beginning of my ruler, and I'm going to look to see where it ends. As I can clearly see, this blue bar very clearly ends on the 6-inch mark. So the measurement of this blue bar is 6 inches. Again, I have lined up my blue bar with the beginning of the ruler. I look at the end and it ends at 5 inches. So my measurement is 5 inches. Again, I line up my blue bar with the beginning of my ruler. It went past the 6, and this mark right here is the half-inch mark. So since I went past 6 inches, the measurement of this blue bar is 6.5 inches. I lined up my blue bar with the beginning of the ruler. It has moved past the 3 and it landed on the half-inch mark. So the measurement of this blue bar is 3.5 inches. I lined up my blue bar with the beginning of my ruler. I see that it has landed on the 2, so the length of this blue bar is 2 inches. I have lined up my blue bar with the beginning of my ruler. My blue bar has moved past the 1 and it has landed on the half-inch mark. So the length of this blue bar is 1.5 inches. I line up my blue bar with the beginning of my ruler. It moves past the 5 and it lands on the half-inch mark. So the length of this blue bar is 5.5 inches. I line up my blue bar with the beginning of the ruler. It moves past the 6 and it lands on the half-inch mark. So the length of this blue bar is 6.5 inches. Okay, an inch is about the length of your fingertip. So from your fingernail to your first knuckle is about an inch. That is a fingertip. A ruler is about 1 foot. A ruler is about 12 inches. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, which is also 36 inches. 1 yard equals 3 feet. 3 feet equals 36 inches. I'm going to go back and I want you to write this information into your notebook. I want you to write that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Please hit pause and please write this down. Now I want you to write that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet and 3 feet equals 36 inches. Hit pause and write this in your notebook. Okay, I'm going to look at a refrigerator and I need to choose the best measurement for the height of a refrigerator. When I think of a foot, I know that a foot is 12 inches. I know that 12 inches is the length of a ruler. Okay, my next option is 12 inches, which is equal to 1 foot, which again is the length of a ruler. So when I talk about 1 foot and 12 inches, those are equivalent. They are the same length. 6 feet is approximately 12 inches times 6 feet, and that is going to get me 72 feet. I'm sorry, 72 inches. And 6 feet is also about the height of a full grown man. Okay, when I look at 4 yards, there are 3 feet in 1 yard. And when I multiply that to the 4 yards, I get that 12 yards is equivalent to 12 feet. So which one is closest to the height of a refrigerator? 6 feet. Okay, now I'm going to look at the height of a bug. I know that 1 foot is 12 inches. I know that less than an inch is smaller than my fingertip. I know there are 3 feet in a yard. So I know that 3 yards is equivalent to 9 feet. And I know that 3 inches is the length of 3 tips of your fingers. So which one is the closest estimate to the height of a bug? It would be B, less than an inch. Now we're going to talk about the height of a football. I know that I'm going to start with 2 feet. I know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So if I take the 12 inches, I know that 2 feet is equivalent to 24 inches. I know that 1 inch is equivalent to about the size of my fingertip. I know that 1 yard is equivalent to 3 feet, which would be 3 rulers. And I know that 11 inches is slightly smaller than the size of a ruler. So which one is the closest estimate to the height of a football? It would be 11 inches.